Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, then welcome. Tanchikiyo ba mizumi. I am Abigail, or Abby, Abigail Dishnikasham. I am Métis and autistic and love talking about autism stuff, so this is where I do that. And I am currently going through the 30 Days of Autism Acceptance prompts made by my friend Audie J on Tumblr. So I'm continuing with some more catch-up today. I'll be doing the prompts for April 15th and 16th. So starting with the prompt for the 15th, that today was, is romance/romantic relationships harder for you as an autistic person? In what ways? If you've had romantic relationships, are your partners generally accepting of your autism? Do they do anything to help accommodate you? If you haven't had any romantic relationships, would you like one? Does being autistic make it harder for you to have one? So as I've mentioned previously, I am currently in a romantic relationship. My partner and I have been together for about 6.5 years now. I use the word partner because boyfriend sounds a little juvenile when we're both over the age of 30 and have been together for so long. We're basically common law at this point. Weddings are too expensive and we've agreed house first, that's priority. He's really great about everything. He's really supportive and has taken the time to learn and understand what being autistic means for me. I'm not sure if being autistic makes relationships harder for me or not. I know communication is one of the most important things for relationships, and being autistic does make communication harder for me. But not in my relationship because my partner and I understand each other fairly well, most of the time at least. I've seen neurotypical couples have more issues than my partner and I have, so I don't think it's an issue for me, at least in this relationship. Past relationships, well, those were basically all, for the most part, when I was in high school and an immature teenager, and high school drama. But yeah, it probably just really depends on the couple. Whatever it is that we're doing works for us, apparently, so yeah, we're good. He's understanding and does what he can to accommodate me, and I do the same for him. It works, and we're happy, so yay. And April 16th is kind of going in the opposite direction, with the prompt being, is loneliness or a sense of isolation something you either currently or in the past struggled with? Is it related to being autistic? What types of things helped you deal with it? Loneliness and isolation is a thing that I have struggled with in the past. Mostly back before I got diagnosed and in the year or two after being diagnosed, when I was coming to terms with it and figuring out what it meant for me. I didn't know what was going on with me and why it was so hard for me to communicate and fit in, and why I was just so weird compared to everyone else. And I just really couldn't cope with it. I had a lot of meltdowns. I really threw myself into writing. I spent basically all of my free time in high school just constantly writing fan fiction. I did have some really good friends in high school, and I'm still really good friends with some of them. I wish that we lived closer to each other so I could see them again. It's been years. But back then, I was also often convinced that they actually secretly hated me. I was just really not mentally well. And the first few years of university, when I was a 2-day drive away from home and didn't have the diagnosis yet, they were really bad. I have never felt more alone or isolated than I did during those 3 years. That's how my abuser got to me. But since getting my diagnosis and getting older and just more secure in myself, I don't really get that at all anymore. I know I've got people who love me, and I am totally okay now with being on my own, and yeah, I love to be alone now. I am more than happy to just do my own thing, and I know that my friends are there, even if we don't talk a lot because we live in different places and are busy adults. And, of course, I live with my partner, and he really is my best friend. Anyway, I think that's all for today. That's another 2 prompts down. Today is the 18th, so I'm only 2 prompts behind now. I think I'll be back on track by the end of Easter weekend with no problem. Thanks for watching, merci pour ton temps, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!